What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your buzzing cousin Ghost Boogie. B-Boys Underground is back, y'all. Yes, right. It's a double episode week, man. Looking forward to this one. This is our bro, man. He's always a welcome guest here. We got the one and only exclusive in the house. We're going to be debuting some new music since we last chopped it up with him. This one right here is by the name. It goes by the name of In the City. Check this one out.
It's a TBS world, and it's our city. Now I touch down in any city, fuck a team, it's just me, bitch. I'ma kill whoever's standing in the way. I mean, it's got a super slide before a wifey, oh, she suck a mean dick. Put this game on and she hit the strip to make the team rich. This is me when I'm on G, shit not in my head. If I put the friendly down, I will murder them instead. Tell you shoot to go ahead, hope you built to eat lead. Who's supposed to be bad, only making me laugh. I throw it at you, think fast. Kush clouds of the cab, but the touch cars I pass. The stars out, the sun shining in the water drip, that's glass. Make a little booty throw ass, she gon' say something real fast. I was spacebound, now I got here, I'm an asteroid to break land. I can face shift to brick walls, build pyramids from mere hands. I'm something more than mere man, but to carry others through the sand. I'ma say the world if it needs me, I'ma always do what I can. I don't waste my words, so if I speak to you, then we fam. High as a telescope and I ain't coming down, ain't coming down. Please don't make me let go. Niggas don't try us cause they know we getting down, they know we getting down. I pull up and that set's going up. High as a telescope and I ain't coming down, ain't coming down. Please don't make me let go. Niggas don't try us cause they know we getting down, they know we getting down. I pull up and that set's going up. I never switch, stand on my shit and I walk what I say on my lips. How could I fool when knowledge is tool and I got a whole lot of it? She hawk at Chewbacca and spit. Like Jimmy, she's flipping the splits. She thicker than cheddar and grits. Oh, I got the pick of the picks. Watch how I swag at immaculate pattern. I take it her Saturn at 6. We mixing the batter, I'm heating her buns. So please do not run from this. Soon as you come to air out your lungs, you about to come again. Master a shock or an energy doctor, I'll introduce you to bliss. Hold up, let's hit the block of donuts. I'm still in my prime, I won't ever grow up. All that woofing that they doing, they don't never show up. If it ain't about no money, then nigga, so what? High as a telescope and I ain't coming down, ain't coming down. Please don't make me let go. Niggas don't try us cause they know we getting down, they know we getting down. I pull up and that set's going up. High as a telescope and I ain't coming down, ain't coming down. Please don't make me let go. Niggas don't try us cause they know we getting down, they know we getting down. I pull up and that set's going up.
I use a telescope and I ain't ever going down. I ain't ever coming down. Salute, man. We got the one and only exclusive in the house with us tonight. Looking forward to this interview. Always one of my favorite guests to chop it up with. And without further ado, let's get into it, man. We got the one and only exclusive, except exclusive. There he is. All right.
Right.
Hey, look, exclusive.
How y'all doing today?
Hey, bro. How you doing, man? It look like you cold, bro.
I'm all right, man. I'm it's Chicago. I'm in the Windy City. You know, so I'm bundled up and nice and yeah, ready for action.
It's like, yo, man, like I get it. I mean, like, what's the temperature at right there, right now?
I would say probably like in the 20s, 20-something degrees.
20. How's
It
your
ain't that
winter
bad.
been?
We was in a polar vortex like I don't know,
Oh, I
like
know.
2 weeks ago. It was like negative 30 something or some shit like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I saw the dopest shit I ever saw in my life.
What'd you
So
see?
there's a natural weather phenomenon, right? They call light pillars. So you can only see them. The atmospheric conditions got to be a certain way, you know.
Yes.
And what it ended up doing is I was driving like on my way to the crib, right?
Right.
And then I'm looking off into the background and you see these big ass light pillars. It looks surreal. but it's like kind of like a beam coming down from heaven type deal. But
Mm-hmm.
that shit was spread out for miles and miles and miles. That shit was pretty dope though.
Yeah, man.
When you see stuff like that, the code not so bad.
Hey, man, that is true though. When you get to see some stuff like that too, because we get to see some wild stuff here in Denver as well, and
Hmm.
like it's I've never seen those ice pillars, but I saw the pictures of them, or I seen the pictures of them, and I was like, that looks sick, man. You know, because I guess have you been able to see the Northern Lights here this year with the Aurora
I have not.
Borealis? Because
Nope.
I know it's
They
been hella
they
active
said it
by
was
you.
coming. That you would be able to see it from Chicago, but I checked
Too
and
too
because I'm
cloudy.
so close. Yeah, because it's the city. Maybe if you on the outskirts,
Oh shit! Yeah, you got all the light pollution from the city.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true, man. Like, Chicago ain't no joke, man. Like, as far as the weather goes, that just being in Ohio and being, we being all the way down at the end,
Hmm.
Cincinnati, and south, we could still feel we were on the river and had a bunch of lakes around us, but the humidity from the Great Lakes, man, it just stayed active, and I don't think if people have never been in a humid climate,
Hmm.
it's miserable when it's cold and it's miserable when it's hot. Like there's like humidity is the big key. Like it
So,
makes it
speaking
ridiculous.
speaking of humidity, right? So
Yeah.
like in the wintertime in Chicago, sometimes you don't know if you would rather it snow or not snow. So if it's
Hmm.
super super cold, if it don't snow, there's no precipitation outside. It might get down. It get down in the negative degrees. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
it's snow outside though, that shit dump down. So it's like,
Hmm.
man, do we want snow or no snow?
Yeah.
Bone chilling cold or
What do you choose?
to
What do you
slip and
prefer
slide?
as a native and as one that's grown up and been one with it?
Uh, my mentality is just always be prepared.
Yeah.
It don't really matter. I expect
You
shit to
don't care.
change. Like
I, yeah, the thing that I will not. I was talking. I had a crazy ass Uber driver that took me down the wrong side of the road the other day.
mm,
But like the he had that just scared me enough. Again, reliving that, I almost lost where the hell I was going. But
okay.
uh, we were talking about like the temperature and everything, and also being prepared. But I don't mind driving in anything except one thing, and that's ice. I will
Hmm.
not ride like you can't. Anybody
Yeah.
that thinks that they can drive when there's ice on the road, you tripping unless you've got like studded tires, and even then, it's
I mean,
not a
I've
good
I've
look.
driven I've driven 18 wheelers, so even in
So
the
you know how to
18 wheeler,
drive it.
you're not playing in the ice. That's like that immobile demo that makes the road not travelable.
Yeah, immobilize it. Like, yeah, it's over. It's a
Immobilized.
wrap.
My bad.
Yeah. No, you're good, bro. Like, so have you ever driven through the mountains out here in Colorado?
Absolutely.
So you've had
Colorado,
to chain up.
Colorado Spring. I did like all of the continental states. I done been in every state. I've been in Cabbage Patch and what that is, Oregon up that way. I might
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
state mixed up, but I've been through all of them. Seattle, 90 to 80 to 40 to 20,
yeah.
through the.
That's dope, man. Like, I got a buddy that's a truck driver. I don't have the patience for it,
Me
and
neither. That's why I'm not. I'm no longer a
no
truck
longer a
driver.
truck driver. Yeah, I would.
Uh,
I'd be out of there. I'd be.
Hey, look, remember the spiritual journey and stuff we talked about last
Yes,
time I
sir.
was on the show?
Yes,
It was
sir.
it was trying to. So what I was trying to do was I was forming a logistics company. I wasn't trying to do it. I was forming a logistics company. So I had to
Yeah.
get out here on the road and actually know what people gonna be doing out here. And I got on the road, and that's not a lifestyle that was ever really for me. So my body reacted very negatively, and I had to get myself together again.
I feel you, bro. Like that is very difficult, especially over the road and you're out there on long extended uh trips. Yeah, man,
Hmm.
I'm not built for that. Like,
Nah.
nah.
And that shit boring, bro. Anybody tell you anything different? It's a lot to see, but once you done seen it, it ain't. You get over it real
I think
fast.
the benefit is like if you're the type of person that that prefers solitude in
Hmm.
regards to working, and maybe not want to have a boss up, you know, in your face all the time, and anybody you having to deal with coworkers and shit in the office, like right there or
But just
whatever. Like,
you can think and you get your solitude, but what the truck doing to your body, that's the part most people don't really talk about. So you in this vibrating ass piece of metal that got like tons in it. You know what I'm
you
saying?
talking about the air ride system doesn't help with the seat?
Not
Nah.
really. Not if you talking about like a trucker gonna drive an 11-hour shift. You
Yes,
feel me?
sir.
So he gonna put an 11-hour shift in. You've been doing that to your body all day. Then you gonna wake up
Yeah.
and do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. You know, the body not meant to be in constant motion like that, man. That makes it hard to
And
be still. Meditation all about stillness, so I can't meditate in that environment. Right?
that, but also, man, like just sitting, right? Like,
Hmm.
and sitting in that position for those long stints. And that's the thing that always gets me. Like, I can cruise on the highway. Like, one of the last road trips we took, I did 12 hours straight, like
Hmm.
12, 13 hours straight. And I was just like, just on it, right? And everything was cool and everything's cool until you have to get off that exit and you're slowing down, and then your perception completely changes if you're fatigued, especially. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, ooh, you feel uneasy. It's like, all right, now hold on. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? It's like I gotta get out and walk. And
I
yeah,
done
man,
seen some pretty like fucked up ass accidents like out in the world, like
I can only
doing.
imagine.
I'm talking, but I've always been a traveling type person. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
I got my first experience like going across country. Like I started that shit young, like 19 years old.
yeah,
I was out there in Denver where you at, boogie.
hell yeah.
That's actually how I met. That's
That
how
we,
long that that's how I met Weez like way back in
yeah.
the day. I was a get up and go type nigga. Let's go meet some crowds. Let's go do hip hop. Let's go do it.
And much love to my bro. He's out there taking care of his father right now, so he's handling business.
Yes sir.
So, uh, much love to you, bro. But yeah, man, tell us about what we started the show off with, the new track in the city, though. Like, tell us about this, fam. Set the table. Like, let everybody know what they saw and what was like the intent. What was going through your head. Like, put us in the booth.
In the city, man. Like for one, all right, let's start. I've this bridge perfectly. So I always been this type of person. I told you, I hop in the car, hop on the plane, I do whatever, I get up and I go. Right?
Yes, sir.
It's stigmas out here, like people can't be places and stuff like that. So a part of the song was a little bit about that, but it was more just saying like I'm ready, I'm prepared. I went through the spiritual journey. I didn't heal myself as much as I need healing, and now I'm ready to be present in the world. And there ain't nothing, no territory that I want to put myself in. No, I ain't talking about moving stupidly. I'm just talking about being present. I'm gonna
I
pop
got,
up here. I'm gonna pop up there. We're gonna promote this music. We're gonna have a good time, and it's just a vibe.
I got you. I got you.
And
Stay.
and stating we don't let anything interrupt that motion right there. That's all.
So how do you do that? Like, and because especially as an artist, a content creator, as someone who is an independent, who's trying to make their way, and establish themselves and get a following and an artist, a following and, basically an audience of regular listeners and everything like that. What
Hmm.
do you do and how do continue
Stars.
to push through and like not let not let, because you talk about like having to refocus and getting yourself together and, basically dusting yourself off and like, all right, here we go again. And, you know, what is it for you that helps you? And if there's any advice that you get, shit, you give me. It's
We
like,
we, we
what do you do?
we watch our energy, right?
Right?
So anytime we incapable of something, if the brain say right now, right, shit, I wanna, it's workout time. Let's use that
Hmm.
example, right? If the brain
Yeah.
says workout time, people think that shit out every day. You know what I mean? Who gets up and actually go do it? The person who energy is ready to approach the what's ahead of them. You get what I mean? They had enough
Absolutely.
sleep. It works. So the way I operate is everything is always pretty much energy first, right? So
Hmm.
if there's a task or far as like promoting and stuff like that, the number one thing I have to do is be my authentic self. We live in a era where people are all like kind of confused about these algorithms, right? Everybody
Hmm.
think these algorithms got so much control. It's not really that. People give their own agency away and they just do repetitive things and then the algorithms take advantage of it. So any artist who able to be their authentic self, to be still, to be serious, to not follow trends and things like that, there's a place in the algorithm for you as well. And it hits a lot different. The algorithm actually uh, prefers content that that resolves things, but they prefer to keep it in a loop. But they do pay attention to things that are a little more serious in nature. So I think as far as like social media presence and stuff like that, not performing the camera, the algorithm can tell when you're performing versus when you being your authentic self. Being your authentic self always comes usually with more of a calm, still demeanor, And I use that in everything. So I'm not performing when I'm making music. Most of my music come off like a conversation, like he talking, it's chill. He ain't really rapping. You get what I'm saying? That's how I show up in life.
I got you. And that does come across in the music. It's like, you just basically have a message and you just,
I'm never trying to rile the crowd up. Listen
yeah,
to the tracks. I'm stating that look, this is how life happened, right?
yeah,
This is how I'm documenting what life did to me, right? But I'm not trying to fix you with my verses. I'm not trying to fix nobody. I'm just documenting what happened, and that way it created a feeling in space and time. And anytime somebody want to tune in to what that feel like, how do I live with this
yeah,
heartbreak? How do I live with uh, the different emotions that people feel living these lives that we live? Right? How do I live with it? What did it do to so and so? A lot of times people not looking for answers in the world. A lot of times people looking for experience or familiarity with the experience that they're going through. And that's what I try to allow my music to be. I'm not trying to decide things for people. I'm not trying to convince nobody anything. I'm just stating what my truth is, the
yeah.
way shit hit and makes sense for me. And a lot of times that it be how other people describe things. Sometimes it's not. And I learn things from them, man. You know?
No, that's dope. I mean, I get it. And as far as what, you know, there's wisdom in what you had said because I think about there's a lot going on in regards to the way that you just have to one believe in yourself, stay true to yourself, right?
Mhm.
And like you said, be you, the genuine you. And see, the issue is that I think most people have a problem with, right? Or not a problem with, or I'd rather say apprehensive, uh, being true is that if you want to be yourself, that means you are really putting who you are, like the actual real you, that sometimes people have the poker face up and
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And you really put it out there and you put it out there for people to judge. And that is allowing. you who you genuinely are
Hmm.
for people to be out there to judge you. And at that point, I think people get their feelings hurt or worried about, because at that point, like, if I'm, acting to be this person and you're talking shit on this person, that this persona that I have, right? Well, that's not really me, and I can justify. But like, if I'm
Hmm.
being me and then you're judging me, that's a true, and it's hit me to the
It hurt.
core.
That kind of, yeah.
And so it's vulnerability, and people are afraid of that because, everybody, no one is, a lot of people are afraid of that. But in that, I will tell, and I've been 100% open and honest and candid. And I call it, you have to be vulnerable. And this is a word that I'm learning, and never ever looked at it in this way, because vulnerability is, in my
A,
mind,
per,
you can't be vulnerable, like, because it's
a
you got.
person can't be tough. You can't be a tough guy until you can be vulnerable.
True that, because you have.
Anybody else, that's just fake shit. You feel what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So, this how this works. In order for, like, let's say a person, you get a lot of people that get angry. Like, we call them hotheads. Short tempered people, right? Those are some of the most insecure people in the world. It shows through your anger type deal. The insecurity faces inside type deal, and then you explode on the outside. I'm not that kind of person. I'm a person who deal with everything inside of me first, and then I'm ready when I don't. My anger doesn't come off like riled up. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's more of a calm thing. Even excitement works like that for me now. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's all about dopamine control. This life
Okay.
is filled with triggers, right? Stuff
Absolutely.
trying to make you feel like you have to chase happiness, or you have to chase or sit inside a room,
React.
you don't have to do those things at all, bro. We sit still in our own body. The body works itself out. You be like, damn, I was feeling angry. But when you don't attach meaning to it, when you're not trying to blame it or project it onto somebody, the body will show you exactly what's happening. Bro, this you. You
Yeah, man.
insecure. You mad right now. You get what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
you process that inside of yourself, and that gets you the type of results. Like when somebody lashes out at another person, that the comfort that you get from that is very temporary. You
Hmm.
know, when you process something internally first, it ain't nothing the world can do about the decision that you made in your brain. You get what I mean? I don't mean that in reference to like violence or nothing like that. I mean unshakable posture.
Yeah.
You there,
Well,
brother?
yeah, you're having a little bit of a cellular issue, but we've got you and we hear you.
There we go.
So I mean, which absolutely, I think when you when who if you lose your control of your emotions,
Wow.
you've already lost, right? The person who remains calm, the person who remains normally the quietest and the calmest, is the one that's in control. And then also optically, from anybody that is a bystander, that may be an observer to the conflict, right? Normally the person that's the calmest and doing, in control of the situation and aware and present,
Hmm.
they're going to say that person was in the right, and that person that was acting out, regardless if the person that's acting out was 100% justified and crashing out, right? Because we've
Hmm.
all been there, and it's like, I'm crashing out. That's all it is to it.
Because it goes.
Yeah.
How can you be confident of something if you stay in a position, right? We all know that, like, the stealer or the quieter person, his senses, his attention span is more active than a person who's expressing themselves in any given moment, right?
Yes.
The quieter person is paying attention. He can hear more and all of that stuff. So when a
Hmm.
person got to step outside of their body, one, it make you look like you don't have no control over yourself. If you don't have control over yourself, then how can I trust the next things coming out your mouth? It gives more weight to the person that was stealer. Not because the person wants to give that person more weight, just because naturally that's what we resolve uh, to being more clear. That person appears to have clarity in that moment. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think also, you had mentioned, being still, and it goes back to the being present in the moment, right?
Mm.
In the moment. And I always, normally sign off like, stay in the present, not in the past, not in the future, only
Did we
right
say?
now.
Did we say in the last interview was I talking about how our thoughts aren't necessary? Did we say that
That what?
thoughts aren't really necessary?
Yeah, thoughts aren't facts. Thoughts aren't truth.
Not that
Thoughts.
they're not facts. It's like some people are able to be
You're
present,
saying
right?
they're not necessary at all, though. I'll explain
Not
that
not
one. I
not all-
definitely
not
get deep.
not all the time, right?
All
So
right, so
like
explain that.
the purest version of presence, right,
Hmm.
is you inside of a moment where it's perfect stillness, right? You observing the environment that you're inside of, but thoughts never take over to try to tell you what the reality that you're looking at is. That's what
Hmm.
the monks spend all of their time inside of the, you know, where they be at in the Eastern world. They go out
Hmm.
there and they go up there to stay still enough to see what that feels like, right?
Yeah.
And then the thoughts turn off. It ain't until the thoughts turn off to where a person can actually feel what pure presence is. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I try to take myself to that place like once a week or so, just to calibrate myself, if that's a way of saying it. But I come to realize like thoughts aren't really necessary. And that helped out. We talked about like mental health and anxiety and stuff
Yes,
like that
sir.
the last time I was on the show.
I'll
Uh,
talk
a,
about
se-
it anytime I can
a,
because,
a
it's
secret
so important.
a secret that I had found out about this is at a point you realize thoughts aren't in charge. You are an essence that's up under where the thoughts even come from, type deal, right? When you
Mm.
still enough, you can turn the thoughts off on command, type deal. Like right now, I'm here, I'm present. I'm not thinking about what I'm finna say before I say it. It's just they call that flow state.
Yep.
That's the same. That's the same thing that Bruce Lee was talking about in the
Be
G
like
Kundo
water.
book. Yeah, the G Kundo book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tell me, though. All right. So for you,
Mhm.
when they say, staying in the present, there's a lot of techniques. One of them, and you hear a lot of it saying like grounding, right? And there's
Mhm.
things that you can do to ground to stay in present and here in the moment. How do you like, what are your like personal techniques or things that you do to stay and practice so you can be and enjoy life? Because
So it's a couple different ways to do this. So we have to the quickest way. So say you just going through you having an anxious moment type deal, life throwing a whole lot at you type deal. You can't get out of your head, right?
mhm,
Pay attention to the soles of your feet. Feel them in the ground.
we'll be right back. He's live. See, what's going on? He's just giving powerful message right now, and the message is so powerful it knocked out his phone. So check this out. Well, I do want to let everybody know while we get the brother back on and he gets everything set back up. What we'll do is I'll use this as an opportunity to let everybody know that we had a dope ass episode last night with the one and only Rock Samson. Uh, that was actually a 4 hour episode last night. He produced and not produced, he actually is a finger drummer, does live on the air instrumentations, and we had an amazing episode. So check that out. And we got the brother back. So as you were saying, to get you right back into it, what we
Oh yeah.
heard
So
last.
so in the heat of the moment, like I said, one of the simplest things a person can do to ground themselves from anger, anxiety,
Touch
whatever
your
you're
feet.
going through, is you don't touch
Like,
your feet.
I mean,
You
feel,
pay
feel,
you pay
pay attention.
attention to the fact that your feet is touching, making contact with the ground.
Yep.
That's one of the strongest grounding techniques. Instantly kind of pulls you out of your head and like back into your body again. And then
Yes.
so that was one of them. Uh, the biggest one is just motion in general, right? So a lot of times, uh, grounding isn't happening because we over focusing on whatever the task is. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But the body rewards just action in general. So take that task, whatever you're nervous about, uh, wherever the pressure coming from. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
you just pick the smallest thing that you can do and just start doing it. Normally, you're gonna find that actions just chain together one after another once you start motion. So motion is always the cure for stillness, for extra energy inside the body. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Even when somebody get mad, all you're doing is releasing that extra energy that was in you through sound and vibration. You can put it into playing the guitar. You can put it into anything you want to.
Yeah, man. That just getting up and moving. Like, if you need to jump, do some jumping jacks, or like just shaking your arms out, or like, throwing something, just doing something, because trauma, stress, and all of that energy does need to get out. And when you pin it up and you suppress it, like that's what really does cause all of that instability. But if you get that out immediately, you can keep it stepping, and you can find ways to do it in a healthy manner, right? For
Mm-hmm.
me, if I got stuff on my mind, I am going to probably get online and start DJing, and I'm going to probably do a very, very long mix, and I
Mm-hmm.
might not even talk to a single soul, or I might talk shit, you know what I mean? And
Right.
it is but that, finding a way to do it. So do you find that music is your way, or is it your favorite outlet and the most like cathartic thing
Uh,
that you
the, the,
do?
the, the dopest part about music with me is like everything that is composed of the music that come from real places, right? In order, my songs are never really promoting, telling nobody how to feel or nothing like that, right? So I'm just
Yep.
stating my feelings in it, right? A lot of times that vibe that got created was the resolve to whatever tension I was feeling inside. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
I can sit with that song. The creative process is special, because it's almost like taking that energy and putting it into the record type deal to make like an artifact, right?
Mm.
Then once the artifact get created, that's now medicine music. So yeah, the music kind of sacred to me because my understanding of life gets encoded into the bars, and then I play them back to myself. And those are all of the solutions to the problems that you face, and the thing that you wouldn't say out loud type deal. It came through as a metaphor right there in that bar right there. You feel what
Yeah.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what my music is.
That's dope, man.
It's
So
the external version of my cognition.
I,
If a person was recording their brain, how they think, that's what music has become to me. If you follow these tracks, like track for track for track, you be like, man, okay, Buddy was in and that stage, he going through breakups. It's like you can tell exactly what's going on, within minutes of listening. Once you get a hook in a verse, you be like, okay, yeah, somebody made dude mad. Uh, dude trying to figure out the next move where he want to go. He mourning whatever. You get what I mean? It's
mhm.
it's it's gonna be right there.
And that's why I always appreciate music, and it's my most favorite form of art, because it is visual, it's audible, it's everything, plus it's like the vibration, the everything, how it moves you, the emotion that you're able to convey, especially it comes through when someone's being genuine and they actually are, they have thought, they have intent, and it's not just the normal rah rah,
Well,
whatever.
I don't make the type of music where, I mean, I do. I can make like anything. I feel like it, but I don't make the type of music. It might not be okay, you know. You at the club or something, and you trying to have a good time, and it's just kicking music type deal. It ain't really got that kind of bop to it. Why? Because that's meant to rile you up. I'm trying to calm people down. I'm trying to help people regulate themselves. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's what you're gonna get out of my music. It ain't finna rile you up. I prefer the listener. I never said this before. That's why I really want to say it on the show right now. The ideal situation for soaking in the music that I'm putting out, I prefer the listener to close your eyes and feel me for a minute. Just sit with the album, sit with the track, close your eyes real quick and feel me real quick. And then usually, I feel like you feel like music, you kind of know me. And me bringing my authenticity to it, like that's the same thing. If you vibe with it on the track type, dude, and we people that can rock with each other in real life, that shit gonna be known through the music, like right there. I feel like music just that powerful. I'm sending vibrations,
I,
from one chakra to another. You feel me?
I truly feel it because in regards to it's been everything for me throughout my entire life and has captivated me since infancy. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have every single memory that I have, there's a song associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
Every
I'm,
period in my life, every like thing, like I can remember like when I found out like about some of the health things and all of these
mhm.
other things, like in the songs that was like speaking to me, like, and I was just like had on repeat, and that shit's important.
Yeah, that's the soundtrack of your life, brother.
Yeah, man. And for you to be able to be, to have the opportunity to not only, create your own soundtrack to your life, but
Hmm.
have the opportunity to be able to create the soundtrack for somebody else's life too, and maybe minister to someone and give someone something that they need there in that moment. And you might not even know it, right? I've talked to artists, and some of the things that they say is the most trippiest shit is, when someone, recognizes them in the street, but comes up to them and, shares like a genuine story with them. Like, hey man, you know that this one song, so and so and so and so, and you said this, da 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 da. Man, this did this, and this, and I was going through that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like start linking some stuff up that maybe even for you in the moment, you were like, for real? Like, you know what I mean? You might even put it as a pass off, right? Like,
Hmm.
or might even be thinking like that might be something that that wasn't my best foot forward or whatever. And someone's
We,
like,
we have no idea what's gonna be quotable. You
yeah,
know what I mean? We
true
can
that.
try that. I'm sure every artist, the goal is to make some dope ass shit. So as you crafting some shit together, you told
And we are live again. So he is outside in the cold. So as we do this live interview, we'll do the replay and we'll clip and stitch everything back together. But I love the live aspect of it because life throws curveballs. And is me as someone who embraces this right here is actually the perfect example of what we're talking about, being vulnerable and just being you in the moment and not tripping because
Yeah. Oh, bro.
life happens. There we go. And we back. Boom.
What was I? My bad, brother.
So I was covering. So but you were saying
My bad.
I once you went off, I just go into like, autopilot mode and start covering, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So but uh I'm- last words I can think of that you were saying was tripping. Because we were
Mm.
talking about when people the thing that I had mentioned to you is when people come up to you and say something to you like,
Oh,
yo,
about
this meant
the bars. We don't know what's. I was saying
what's
we
going to
don't
be
know what's
quotable.
quotable.
Correct.
Yeah, like so now when I write, I'm so tapped into the emotion of music. I don't think in punchline no more. So and no verses that I came out with like probably over the last two projects and definitely over the last like 5 singles that I've dropped. I'm not thinking the punchline. The punchline is not even there. There's no trying to make something sound slick. It's just get this out of me and document it. You get what I'm saying? So, but
Hmm.
I do feel it because when you operate that way, you was just being real. You was just stating life how it happened to you. You don't know what's slick about it. It's just a feeling to you. You feel what I'm saying? An experience that you went through. And
Yep.
then if a person comes to you and like, man, that really helped me get through the way that you handled that in that song, the way that you
Hmm.
talked about it, you helped me realize I don't have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
I think I love when music ends up being quotable that way instead of just the way words sound together.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I want the whole. I quote sections, so I'm gonna quote a 4 bar stanza out of the work type deal, and that's what a quote is to me. That emotional linkage that was there, using the lines that the artist chose to use to do it.
Yeah, man, for sure. One of those things is we something that this week um that was made ever so clear to me by I tell everybody I go to a therapist, you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
I think, if folks out there need to do it, they need to do it. There's men absolutely need to embrace mental health and take that stuff seriously. And if you're going through some things or, you need help figuring shit out and, you're trying to find a way to be able to be grounded, I think, there's nothing to be ashamed about.
Hey Boogie, when
Yo,
everybody start having the conversation, right?
yeah,
It doesn't even. It's not a thing anymore.
yeah,
It's just something normal and boring. That's the goal in life, though. We don't be acknowledging it, right?
yeah,
Everybody think that the chase is about excitement. It ain't about excitement. It's about what can I make feel mundane,
mm,
as if it's effortless to do it type deal. It's so boring. That's normally when you're doing your greatest in life. Everything feel like it's falling off and shit like that. You're doing your greatest type deal when shit feel boring, but that's not exciting on the inside. That don't make a person feel like they doing something, so it's kind of tricky. You know what I mean?
yeah. Just to stay in your lane and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
my
And
bad, though. I just want to say,
no, Emery Aura, thank you so much for being here and being a supporter of the show, and thank you so much for those biddies. We got
uh,
tuning in from Australia, from the land down under. So shout out to Australia or New Zealand, wherever
absolutely.
you are, across on the other side of the earth, or whatever this rocket is that we are going through space and time right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, speaking of space and time, like, what has it been that you've been up to? Like, I know you've been getting everything and you've been getting center and
The, the,
you
the, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. What were you gonna say, please?
The world been changing, so I just been adapting as the world changed. I kind of changed with it. I've been building structure lately, so
How so?
gone are the days of me just doing stuff just to do them and then see how it works. I am in a motion state, in a state of motion, though. You know what I mean? So
Uh-huh.
my goal right now is not to wait on anything. Get out there and go do it. You know what I mean? Build the
Hmm.
structure and the foundation for what's gonna be around when you're not here no more type deal. And those are the things that I'm working on. I'm working on a couple apps right now. It's easier than ever to actually get into building apps and technological infrastructure. So I'm kind of invested heavy into that right now. I got a couple projects that I'm working on, getting that together, and then uh, regulating. And when I say regulating, that's the full loop of it. So that's proper sleep, proper hydration. You feel what I'm saying? And dealing with things when they come.
Water.
Water. Yeah. I don't feel like bottling. Nothing's gonna get bottled up inside of me no more. You get what I'm
Good.
saying?
Absolutely.
This stage of my life type deal. You see the trick. You're like, ah, damn, okay. So much time wasted. And then it's like, okay, I see how to move now. So I'm moving like that.
Hey,
Just
and
focused on building structure. Whoever want to be a part of the structure that I'm building, I'm trying to help other people build structures and stuff for themselves as well. But I'm in the structure stage. I'm building pillars that can hold weight in the future.
that's grown man stuff right there, man. That's dope. And like you mentioned, the building apps and everything like that. I'm assuming that you are utilizing AI and learning AI and
I'm learning. I'm anything
yeah,
I can get my hands on. This stuff
yeah.
is changing. Every quarter pretty much. So I try
Hmm.
to stay ahead. They got like a tools. It's something called Codex out now.
Yeah.
So you can talk to Codex, and you can if you technically savvy, and that's where the structure come into play at, because we live in an era now where information comes in abundance. It ain't a whole lot that a person can't know if they want to know it. You feel me? What it's
Hmm.
about is what can you do with the information. So then the value shifts to the person who can do something with information versus just consume it. Put it that way. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's all about the doing and what you were talking about
Mm.
before to instead of waiting and waiting for the right moment and waiting until you've got all of the tools in the toolbox, right? And
What
not
do
even
what do waiting normally even mean, Boogie? I mean, I ain't ready yet. I'm gonna wait if I don't feel like I'm prepared enough, right? That means I don't trust. That's code word. I don't really trust myself, right?
Mhm.
So how do a person get to the point to where they can go do things that they're not? You don't have to see. We try to predict the outcomes of things before we're willing to step to put a toe in the water. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's
You-
fear per I will speak personally.
It's fear of consequence.
I would say for me it's
People
perfection.
don't want to fail. People don't want to
There you
feel
go.
friction.
There
You,
you
you get
go.
what I'm saying?
Fail. Fear
But
failure.
don't nothing happen without friction.
Yes.
So you have to experience it. When they go like we got all these big countries with big powerful militaries all over the world, right? When these people go, if two people get into it with each other, right?
Hmm.
The United States, are we finna wait until we know every little nook and cranny detail before we go start trying to make something happen? Nah, that ain't how it normally works. Normally, somebody just know that the status quo, they don't want it to stay the same, and then
Yeah.
they go start doing stuff, and they don't know whether they're gonna win or lose type deal, but they gonna go do it.
Yep.
We gotta trust ourselves the same way. If you got your ambition is to be a musician, or you got talent in this world and things you want to express, you have to just go do it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You're not out here. The goal ain't to do nobody no harm. You're not manipulative or doing no wrong by nobody.
Right.
So what's gonna happen? You don't trust yourself to be able to handle it. If you run into friction, if you run into this might not work perfectly today, can you handle it and come back tomorrow and try again?
Yes.
If the
Yeah.
answer is yeah, then you probably one of them niggas that's gonna accomplish your goals in life, and you got some shit popping for you. You in motion. If the answer is nah, you're gonna be defeated every time something steps about, and that something gonna come up every time, all the time.
Yeah, when adversity happens, it's what do you do? Do you turn and face it, or do you run away, or do you freeze? You know, because it's fight, flight.
But
Or freeze. And uh, I, I I encourage everyone to say, fuck it, And I have a motto,
he
really.
said, "Fuck it."
Nah, seriously, because like that's what I have to do to be able to even do this.
But
Because like it was all right, man. Like there was a million and one reasons why, even streaming, like just apprehension, right? And then speaking to people different, like of all these different areas, different cultures, different backgrounds, and everything like that. It's just like being out there to be judged and shit. But I'm like, fuck it. Yeah, it can't be perfect, and I'm learning, right? I've been learning on the fly, and you got to do that. And the
well,
the
well, well,
the learning is the failure is not a failure. It's a lesson. It is another chance to like, ooh, I realized I dropped a ball here, and being able to reflect and learn and grow, like this is why I dropped the ball, or this is what happened when I dropped the ball. So let me go ahead and try to navigate and not do that
now can
again.
a person telling you, right? If a
Mhm.
person told you, bro, if you do go off the bam, you're gonna drop the ball, right?
Mhm.
Do it hit the same when you drop the ball yourself? Do that make sense to you? What I
Yeah,
said?
nah, no, 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 no. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
You you
understand.
you drop in order for the ball to be dropped when you're in control type
You've got
deal.
to
You
drop it
put some
yourself.
actions together. Your
Hmm.
body moved or some shit like that. You drop the ball.
Yep.
That's whether we talking figuratively or physically. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying? You
Hmm.
drop the ball. Do you know that you gain way more knowledge and information from going through the experience than somebody telling you, bro, if you do this, you're gonna drop the ball. You might still doubt
Yes.
that person because you didn't go through the time. It didn't happen to you. You get what I'm saying?
It's the
So
muscle
you might
memory.
still doubt that person. You can't know it until you go do it yourself,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna drop the ball a billion times. As long as
Yep.
I keep the ball bouncing though. I'm gonna turn that drop into a bounce. Come back up to the top and it's gonna hit the floor again. And that's gonna become a rhythm.
Yep.
And through rhythm now I'm dribbling type deal. I'm gonna cross me a nigga over and I'm dunking now.
And look, then that's repetition and everything. So like, thank you for those 100 biddies again too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because growth is like, I appreciate that you appreciate the conversation that we've got going on here.
This all I do, bro.
I
Like
like this is
how
what
I'm
I like to
talking
talk.
here. This how I
Yeah.
talk to my kids, bro. This how my
Yes.
best friend will tell you that I talk to him. This how I talk to my mama type
This is
shit.
how you got to talk, and this is especially to the youth. And you know, now more than ever, our youth are like we are as adults who have like quote unquote fully developed brains and
Yeah.
wisdom and life experiences and should know better, right? But
Uh,
they are very much impressionable, very easy to be persuaded and, led down a path, right? And it's now more than ever that you teach kids this. And I'm trying through all, I'm not even trying, I am doing, just because I've been very honest and open with them about my health, mental health, and everything. And it's like all the game that I'm learning, and just what we're talking about, like the fear of failure being the one of the worst things. Because if you just sit on the side of the pool and dip your toe in and dip your toe in, dip your toe in, are you really experiencing what the pool's like?
Nope, because it
Are you?
fool you. When you step your whole body is 97.6 degrees, right?
Yep.
That pool water is a little bit colder, right? You stick your toe inside of that water. If you hop that all the way in it, your body gonna regulate and you're gonna be cool within seconds, right? You keep dipping your toe in that water instead of hopping in, and just going through the experience, you never know whether you can swim or not, bro. And then if
Yeah,
you never know whether you can swim or not, you don't know who you are. That means you're gonna be uh maybe defensive when somebody else try to tell you what they think you are. Because somebody, if you don't state who you are, the world gonna decide for you, and they're gonna tell you who you is.
man, that's a
It it
bar in
it
itself.
it just work like that. I'm sorry, but if a person, if you stand on morals, you know you present and uh how do I word that? You present, you stand on your morals and stuff like that. And I want to talk about this is the most important word. I think it's a word that we confuse the definition of. The goal is to be assertive, right? Assertive gets confused with the word aggression. Those
Yes.
are not the same thing whatsoever at all.
Explain the
Assertion,
difference. Yes.
to be assertive, all that means is that you have to stand on something to be assertive. So assertive means I have principles, morals, things that I stand on. I'm gonna stand on them, and I'm gonna be unmovable from this rock that I'm standing on. Right now, look, what happens when something comes and try to interfere with that assertiveness? So, dude got it could be a person, family, for example, right? That person stand on this family type deal. Can't nothing come over here. From the outside, if a person reacts to somebody messing with that sanctity of that situation, that looks like aggression. That's not aggression. That's being assertive. That's one of the most bravest qualities that a person can have. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? It means what you stand on, uh, you're willing to sacrifice for type deal. And once that's true, it ain't nothing that can get in a man's way of accomplishing his goal. You have to come up with something to stand on, and then you have to be assertive about it. And assertive don't come off as aggression. It comes off as a nigga minding their own business, right? That only lashes out when something encroaches on that. And I think that's the
Yes.
spot that where people really want to be at. All deep down inside, everybody wanna you want to stand on what you believe in. You want the courage, to face any obstacle or feel like you got some people want a crowd. Some people want people to experience the experience with them. I don't require all of that necessarily. I just need my boundaries respected. I just got boundaries. I didn't even know what boundaries was, bro. I was empathetic beyond to where it was useful for my being. You get what I'm saying?
I
So
know. I listen, bro.
so
Say
boundaries are
that.
big. Now I know how to deal with. Now I know how to set up boundaries, and that made life a whole lot easier. Now it's through creating boundaries to where I start talking about stuff like structure. So I know to go create the structure first. If you a person that ain't got no boundaries, ain't got no structure. You ain't got no structure. Everything is available to influence. And we don't want me personally. I don't want the essence of me coming from influence. The essence of me needs to come from the core of me, and it needs to interact with influences type deal in a healthy way, but never to where influence replaces self. Sometimes that external validation shit, like it get tricky. It fools people.
Yeah. I mean, external validation in itself is man. You can't do it. You can't
But
do it.
but it's almost like something we can't help but do because
Well, because we were listen, I mean, think
it's
about
what
it
the
like
world
this.
programs you to do.
Since a kid, because as an infant, right?
Uh,
Like, what did you want as a child? You wanted to see uh like affirmation from your parents, your elders, the people who are taking care of you, or the people that you look up to and admire. And that's the way that you kind of are. Even like they want you to do that in school, they try to program that to you in school, right? And because
if nobody saw it, it didn't happen. That's like the world that we live in. So
you
when you
want
do something by yourself, when you conquer something by yourself, if it ain't nobody there to clap for you type there, some people don't even believe that it really happened. You know what I mean? It wasn't real if it wasn't taken in by somebody else. You know?
Yeah, but to speak to even to go back to the other part too, it was like something that was a bar that was given to me,
Mhm.
but shame is something that no human is born with. Children actually have, as an infant and as an individual and as a human, when you were born into this earth, you do not know shame.
Because the theta, that
Shame is assigned to you by your parents, your surroundings, your peers. Your it's shame is assigned to you.
I, w- I wouldn't use the word assign. I would say shame is learned. When you say assign,
Learned.
when you say assign, that implies that a person had a malicious intent. But there's plenty of mothers and
Sometimes they
stuff out
do.
there that they do. So it can be assigned to a person, but it can also just be a learned thing because everything mental is also an energy experience as well. For your brain to come up with the thought type deal, your nervous system did some processing as well. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying? So some shame is learned through the body based on experience that you go through, and some shame is assigned via mental process, making somebody not feel adequate enough. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think I just wanted to add to what you were saying, not
No, no, that's absolutely that articulates my point even way better and deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as what it adds to what I was trying to say is absolutely because I think that shame is something that the reason why people act out when they're really acting out. And if you look at, people who have a difficult time controlling their emotions or going through things, right? It's because that they haven't been able to deal and process and really get emotional maturity. And it's that time what we were talking about at the beginning of the show was like it's your response time to it's you do you react, right? Like
mhm.
you don't have to react, and reacting you lose. Like you're giving away. I'm a poker player, right? So like when it comes to playing poker, right, it's tells, right?
That's a dope ass environment. The poker table is a dope ass environment to learn that life
Absolutely.
to learn that
It's
life lesson.
chess.
Yeah.
It's chess, man. And it's actually it's warfare. I
Mhm.
mean, I look at poker like it's a violent type of situation where you're imposing your will on somebody through the psychology of the way that you play and also observation and you're using math and assessed risk and all of this. There's a lot that goes into poker, and it does not, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't mean a damn thing about what you have in your hand. I mean,
Yeah,
down
for
to
real.
it, unless with some players. I mean, that doesn't apply to all players because there's certain players that'll just call you just to call you. It doesn't matter, right? So
Yeah,
there's no
and then
need in bluffing.
usually two people's skills can be like pretty close. So you might see it go all the way down to the last draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When people's skills kind of close to one another, but an experienced poker player get devoured at the table full of experienced poker players
they
every
call
single
fishes
time.
and sharks. Fishes
Man,
and sharks.
because it's not in their body yet. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I mean, even if you got, I ain't finna let them trick me. I ain't finna do this. I ain't finna do that. You don't know what that feels like yet, bro. So
it's
you're gonna
experience and
you're gonna be
repetition.
got. Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. You've got to go through it, man. And speaking of going through it, like take me through to you just dropped another track too, right?
Hey, look, a warning about this track, right? So I literally just recorded it, and I went out the same exact day and shot the video and dropped
And it's called Changing of the Guard. So like
it.
when you say that you just recorded it and dropped it and like so
Did the video
whenever
that
someone
almost
says
happened all in the same day. My bad.
so when this happens, this means to me normally there is such an immense amount of energy around what it is that you did to be able to let it go and release it as spontaneously. There's something to this. So please enlighten us and tell us, as I like to say, and as one of the slogans of the song from the for the show is from the booth to the truth, raw, cut, uncut, all of that.
Mhm.
Put us in the booth. What happened?
Okay, so changing of the guard. I really, it's a statement piece. I do these a lot, right? So changing of the guard means I see what exists right now, and it's time for that to kind of retire. I see what's changing. The guard is changing, and I'll be the new protectorate now.
There it is.
If you want to put it that way, but just follow it. Let's listen to it, and then I can give you a better breakdown after we get into some bars. If we're ready for
All right.
that part, yeah.
Yes, we are. We're ready for it too. So get ready, y'all. Here we go. Changing of the guard, y'all.
Hey, 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 chill, chill. Hey, she on fire. Hey, she on fire. And I am on my way. And I am on my way. Running from myself, if the demons must come out. I was standing on morals, I was facing a portal, knowing I'm not immortal. That's not a flaw that's important, more than who went for abortion. Not fooling myself, I don't adhere to no distortion. Everything measured and dealt in portion, won't tie identity to misfortune. This is ease, not forcing, but I got the force, the old of my brethren. I used to be a control freak, disturb my peace if I wasn't inside my body, if I wasn't the driver. Anything less than proper respect, jump in the water, I'm diver. Reality controlled by me, put my soul through the fire. No ascending out my body, serve attention through the wire. If I have lied, sir, it's cause my spirit was getting tired. I didn't have a filter to blur out the words. I felt with all my being everything that I heard. I felt other people's pain in my body and nerves, coping with everything that I never deserved. He on fire, and he on fire. And I am on my way, and I am on my way, nigga. Remember when you was around me, you tried to clown me, human, that was astounding. Don't want bitches around me, if it go down, I take a look at the county. At least now I got boundaries, I rather action, not pouting. Fix your face when you doubt me, cause I'm still learning more about me. Don't make me unbounded, or with the driplets, cause I am a fountain. Pressure compounded, one day they gon' put my name on the mountain. Right in your township, your sister gon' love it, take selfies around it. What you witness, I found it, and I'ma uplift everything left around me. And he on fire. And he on fire. And I am on my way. And I am on my way, nigga. And he on fire. And he on fire. And I am on my way. And I am on my way, nigga. And he on fire. And he on fire.
Yeah, man.
So that track was really for people that's been around. So that's not for like the new fans. You get what I'm saying? It's for people who like seen the growth or seen what I've been at mentally and stuff, following me on social media. And it's kind of like I put that Indian chief shit in there. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I put that
The
in on
chant.
purpose. I want it to sound like a chant. I want the troops to know that we're ready now. I stated what all of the causes were. I stated what the resolve is, and I stated kind of what it's time to do now. And that's what that track was. So when it came out, I was like, let me throw this on social, like real quick, so they know that I'm right here. I'm back. And on there, it's like it's some people, uh, that I like to collaborate with and stuff like that in the future. I don't know if
Yeah.
people think that I'm available for features and stuff like that right now, but the energy of that track, I just wanted it to come off like, yeah, I'm back to business. I'm doing this craft thing. Check out my wordplay. Check out what I stand for right now, and let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. I encourage everybody to, link up, collab. And what's the best way for people to be able to reach out to you? Because I know you have a main account and a backup account, and let everybody know like your socials and how to get at you.
So on Instagram, my main handle across everything has always been at exclusive MC. A couple years ago, I think we talked about this on the episode as well, but my whole account got flagged. I don't know if I had some haters that I used to work with, got my page removed, or what had happened. But anyway, I didn't have that account for a while, so I started the Chief Exclusive page. You know, I didn't know whether I was gonna start engaging or even keep dropping stuff on Instagram since it was so easy for them to take away so much history from me. I didn't know whether I was going to get back to doing that or not, you know. So I did, and then I ended up unlocking that exclusive MC page back up. So you can catch me on either one of those. As that other page grow, I start doing more on that. But that's pretty much the best place to reach me right now. If a person was trying to like literally send me a message and talk about the music or reach out to do collaboration or send beats, anything like that, that's definitely the best place to do it at.
Dope. All right. So yeah, man, let everybody that y'all know that's how you go and get a hold of them and holler at them. You know what I mean? So
And I'm a people's person. Y'all holler at me. If you hear a track, you know
it's
I'm
good
open for.
peoples, man.
I'm open for remixes. I'm an important person, but I don't act like one of those people. You know, I got a lot of business going, but I do business with everybody. You know,
Yeah, man. It's
and
always
I
been
always
love with
been
you,
like
man.
that.
Yeah, you've always been just, solid. And I've always, like I said, you've always been one of my favorite interviews. And not even, it's not an interview, it's like a conversation
We just
because,
be chill. We just be chilling.
yeah,
You know?
man, like that's what it is. Cause I mean, it's not, and I purposely do not, and my whole approach to this has been where I don't want it to be an interview. I just want to be able to have a conversation and relate with people about music. And if we get into some other conversations that, hit home, then, we go there and then, we get back to the music because the music is pretty much what drives it all.
So on no other platform do I ever really talk about like the nitty gritty like we're doing here. A lot of stuff is just surface level conversation. No diss to nobody or nothing either. It's just that some platforms allow for stuff to go deep, and then other platforms you keep it a certain way, or time might be restricted and stuff like that. So uh, genuinely appreciate this
Oh,
platform,
bro.
and I love what y'all do here, bro.
Hey, man, thank you for that. Cause the biggest thing is that, yeah, it's where I want an individual to be able to come on here and be able to talk about what it is they want to talk about. And I don't have an agenda. I do have questions at times that I do want to make sure that I ask. And of
So
course,
you're not
questions that people.
Vlad. You're not out here Vlading people.
No, because I mean, I understand the space that I'm in, and everybody's got a podcast,
Yeah.
right? Everybody's got a podcast, and then there's a billion hip hop podcasts out there, and there's a billion hip hop podcasts done out there by like iconic names that are automatically gonna get the masses and have the dopest artists. And there's artists that want 5 bands just to be able to put 30 minutes down, right?
Hmm.
And all of this stuff. So this is a very difficult thing, but my intent has always been the people who are going to be on the platform are going to fit, and we're going to have a conversation, and and it is what it is, right? And like
Hmm.
I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're getting grilled or like there's an agenda. No, we're going to talk about what it is that you want to talk about, and we're going to ask questions about it. You just got to be open and talk about it. The problems that I have that I find the most difficult are when I have artists who maybe aren't necessarily haven't done this enough or not confident enough to be on here and talk. So you get one word answers, or it's just like, all right, so and we're done. Have a great night, y'all. You know what I mean? It's like there's no
Hey,
more.
I might have came across like the very first interview that we did here.
You didn't know
That knocked the dust off a little bit, but I wasn't comfortable. Remember, I asked you in the second interview,
bro.
do I seem more comfortable now?
Yeah,
I was with you, but I wasn't comfortable with you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm here and I feel
you were one of
comfortable,
my
bro.
first interviews. You were like, you were within the very first. You were in the first season, and you were within the very first month to 2 months, bro. So like for me, it was a completely, I had to, shift gears, and, I'm trying to do that. And I was, working out with like Fresh and like Wheeze, and we were getting our, how we were floating, and then even scheduling and we were putting to get like one of my leaders that I've always looked up to when I was in the corporate world. He just kept it 100 with me. He was like, listen, bro, I need you to put the airplane together while it's in the air. And that's what he just kept it. He kept, I was
That's
like,
life, right? That's life,
I
right?
was like,
We
what do
talked
you,
about that. That's what
yeah.
we was just talking about.
I was like, what do you need? Because I just told him, I was like, break it down to me. What do you need me to do in this position? And so I know what the fuck it is that you expect from me day to day. So I just know. He was like, he's like, put the fucking airplane together, because I was building a department from scratch. He was like, put this bitch together while it's in the air. I was like, say less. So I was like, that's that, because that gave me the idea of, okay, this is how we're operating. All right, here we go. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, but I love the fact that we're almost 200 episodes with this thing, and
Congratulations, man. That's a
yeah,
feat, bro.
it's getting close to it, man, and we've continued to get dope ass
We
guests.
throwing a party for the 200th episode.
We could, we could, and we should do it like a something.
If you do invite me, bro, I'll be here.
Oh hell yeah, man! Like, we're gonna be joining a new platform here at the end of the month. I'm gonna be on a entirely new program that's going to give me some more capabilities production wise, and also we're going to be joining partnerships with a really 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 talented individual,
Nice.
and he has been on the show. He's an artist by the name of Black North, and he has City World Media Group, and I'm joining his organization, and we are going to be collaborating on some stuff, and there's a really a great network of streamers, like podcasters, and magazines, books, and people of every walk of life. It isn't just music.
Okay.
It's everything. So there's programming that's specifically for mental health. There's programming that is, interviewing people that are common, just everyday walk of life people that are talking, about their experiences and stuff like that, and
I'd
chopping it
like
up.
to. I'd like to. When you get that stuff started, I do
Mhm.
so much more than music. I definitely would like to join you in some other conversations in the
Hey
future.
man, my
Whether we
door's always
talking,
open.
whether we talking tech, whether we talking philosophy, science. I'm deep into the cultures, into the culture of humans, into
I would
everybody.
enjoy
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah, we're looking absolutely.
So keep
Uh
me posted.
Absolutely, man. Just Yeah, absolutely. Just keep me like you got my phone number and everything like that, and
For
we
sure.
always will stay connected on that, and we'll be making the big announcement here at the end of the month and doing the switch over soon, and I'm looking forward to it. Just we keep going on to growing the platform, and you've been a part of the platform since we started. So hats off to you for continuing to rock with us
Hey,
and
what
being
they
a part of
say,
our journey.
if you build it, they will come. What they said
Yeah,
in the
man.
movie, bro.
Absolutely. That's right.
You
The
built
field of
you built it.
dreams.
You built it, and I'm here, baby.
Hey, well, hey, look, it wasn't just a me thing. It's always a we thing. And, the big we thing is that, the folks that tune in, the folks that watch the replay, the community that continues to show up and support, and of course, all the folks that are doing this on the screen and off the screen with me. I couldn't thank them enough. So, much love to everybody on this, man. What's another song, or you got anything that you got before we get up out of here and go on to?
Hey, would I be able to send you something right now?
Absolutely, you can.
Hey, let me pause me for a second. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. I'll remove you off the screen. So again, I'll let everybody know um, what we just did again last night. If you didn't know, we had the one and only Rock Samson, and we went 4 hours deep and had a lot of conversation. Rock Sampson is with not only he's known for a lot of things, and one of them is of course he is known as being a part of the crew with like Be Real TV, but he is performing this Saturday. If you guys are in the LA area, he's going to be doing Dilla Day, and Dilla Day is curated by, I believe, like Rhetmatic, like all of the folks that were close to Dilla um, in LA and were around him. They are the ones that put this together and asked him to be a part of it. But he does live finger drumming and making music and everything like that. That was a super dope episode. And look, 4 hours. So uh he's gonna be coming back too for a more conversation as well. Also want to let everybody know, like, I'll share out, and I have shared out in the stream, how to be able to check out all of our past episodes. And that link gets you to our podcast page. On there, you can listen to it either on YouTube Music, or you can also listen to it on YouTube Podcast, and of course our channels that we have, um, that are B-Boys Underground at youtube.com. And then, of course, we're broadcasting to you live on my Twitch channel, Ghost Boogie 66, twitch.tv. I also have a Kick account, which is Ghost Boogie 66. My Instagram is Ghost Boogie 66. I have another podcast you might know as Podcast. That's every Monday and Friday. We do all different types of stuff. And what I like to say is that's Boogie behaving badly at times, but Boogie's being real, and Boogie's always on one on that one. This is where, we sit back and talk about music. But there, I might go off on some stuff. It's absolutely meant for mature audiences. So if you ever tap in and you're like, woo, that started as a way of how this actually got back on the air and started. So now that exclusive's back, we can get back into it. What's goody, man? Did you send it to me? How'd you send it to me?
I texted to you. I was finna come back on and ask, can I share it in the chat here?
Absolutely, if you want to, or I can send it. I can share. It'll probably be easier if it's a link.
This is an unreleased track right now, but I'm gonna leave it up. Whoever listen to it.
Okay, so I got you. What we'll do is, give me a second. Let me
But anybody here
copy
can
this.
join this mission with me.
All right, so let me flip it over to the computer. Because unfortunately, I'm not on Apple, and I have an iPhone, and when I do the streaming side, like I DJ with a Mac, but I don't have do my streaming computer is not a Mac, it's a PC, so it's a little bit cheaper on there to do it like that. Because some of the
My
it's
son
easier to
won't. My
upgrade.
son won't touch a Mac. He only do everything on PC.
Is he a PC purist? I like best of both worlds.
He a PC gamer. He does PC everything.
Okay. Well, I mean that's a real thing too, because
My son might be Fortnite famous.
Fortnite famous. Okay.
Yeah. I
Right on.
can't recall his username off my hand, but he's pretty bad. He's a bad boy.
Nice. My son is nice with Fortnite as well. Like he kills me with some of the stuff that I'll see him doing, man, cuz like I like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and I like sports games and stuff
I can't
like that.
I can't build and shoot at the same time. It take too much attention. I can't do that.
You can't do that? Yeah.
That's for the youngins.
I like sports games too, and I like of course I like hooping and playing football, and I've been doing that. I've been playing video games since they came out. So
I would like to see what your 2K skills hit on, man. We gotta do.
Hey, look, man. What I'm on Xbox. You on Xbox?
I got an Xbox. Yeah.
All right, man. Shit, let's roll it, man. We can do that. So I've just put the link in the chat for the SoundCloud that he's sharing. This is an unreleased track, but we're going to go ahead and get into this. Are you going to give a preview, or are you going to talk about it after the fact?
We'll talk about it after. I like to,
You like to do it that way. All right. So check this out. This is called Bear. Let's see here. Add to the stage. This is called Bear With Me, y'all. And give me 1 second. Here we go, y'all.
Can you see me now? Yeah. Most foolish shit in the universe is a motherfucker scared to change. Go! Hey man, straight up. You know the vibes. I was running from myself. You know where I'm from. I found me. You know what I'm about, motherfucker. Now y'all gotta deal with me. Bear with me, had my foot all on the gas, but I ain't have a spare with me. Showed you how to forge 4 tires off a rockin' 4 pennies. Plenty of Remy in my cup, but I ain't have enough in me. Free up the mind so my conscience can talk. I don't trust my thoughts. If everything I know was taught, then what is original art? ADHD has been weaponized, the monster's gripping the law. The public don't pay it no mind, it's not about race anymore. You still get reaction out of inaction. Live whatever they write, why not learn to keep your pen active? Ronnie Dumas Jr. wish you freedom from your kidnap. Hope your family find peace, and that justice know your kids matter. I swear we was just in high school the other day. God open your arms and keep my friends safe. I'm on the wrong side of 30, most of my life I never pray. Try hard to surrender, but I'm flawed to this day, straight up. I just poured a double shot to help me when it rains. Women lie, men lie, people never change. But these scars on my heart to remind me of the pain. Living in the 3rd lane, I'm a legend in the game. I just poured a double shot to help me when it rains. Women lie, men lie, people never change. But these scars on my heart to remind me of the pain. Living in the 3rd lane, I'm a legend in the game. Ask yourself, is the game really real? All you pussies, ain't no obstacles in the way that don't exist because you put it there. Your subconscious did it, I don't blame you. You were unaware, but once that light bulb clicks on, get up out of there, embrace a lot of fear. Just walk through it. To do what was never done, you gotta be the first to do it. First step is to choose it, what you will not be confused with. Push your body to the limit, be cautious not to abuse it. Be courageous, not ruthless, let every lesson be a sutra. Heals the pains of a giant, so I don't have to be Lucifer. Pure aggression was the old way, now I use my tools of influence. My happiness is a crew, and yours is not congruent. Why the fuck are you miserable, nigga? What the fuck are you doing? Self-care is pivotal, your mental can lead to your ruins. I've divvied up funds, I've loaded my guns, my energy moving the unit. Drugs, sex, impeccable digits, if flinch better go with your movement. I just poured a double shot to help me when it rains. Women lie, men lie, people never change. Wear these scars on my heart to remind me of the pain. Living in the third lane, I'm a legend in the game. I just poured a double shot to help me when it rains. Women lie, men lie, people never change. Wear these scars on my heart to remind me of the pain. Living in the third lane, I'm a legend in the game.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Hold on, man. That's the wrong. That's more better.
I can't hear your audio, Boogie.
You didn't hear any of that? There was no audio? Can you hear me? Check 1, 2. If you guys can hear me, you might want to.
Can you hear me?
I can
Check.
hear
You at all. You want me to log out and log back in?
Yep. So yeah, because what'll happen is sometimes it'll get synced. But yo, shout out to that right there, man. Like
There we go.
that right there, man. Woo.
Did you see why I wanted to play that one, right?
I feel that one, man.
It kind of wrap up a lot of what we talked about on the show today. So the second verse, ask yourself, is the game really rigged or are you pussy? Ain't no obstacles in the way that don't exist because you put it there. Your subconscious did it. I don't blame you. You were unaware. But once that light bulb clicks on, get up out of here. Embrace a lot of fear. Just walk through it. To do what was never done, you got to be the first to do it. The first step is to choose it, what you will not be confused with. Push your body to the limit. Be cautious not to abuse it. Be courageous, not ruthless. Let every lesson be a suture. Heals the pains of a giant, so I don't have to be Lucifer. Pure aggression was the old way, now I use my tools of influence. You know,
man,
that wraps up like that. Talked about. Remember, I was just talking about fear and stuff like that. I feel like,
yes.
you know, that's one of the biggest ways that we betray ourselves, and we don't even know that it's our own fault.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, I really wanted to point that out in that song, and it's just about bear with me. You know,
Hey,
like that title right there. Sit. The same thing I said I want people to do when they hear that music. You know, just close your eyes and sit there with me for a second. You're gonna feel something. We're talking about the same thing. You know,
talking about the pressure and the pain, man. Like, listen, man. I don't know. However you want to describe, because here's the thing, I don't ever push any type of I don't push agendas and ideologies on people, right? And I believe that everyone has the ability and right to believe in what they want to and how they want to, but it doesn't mean that I have. And I believe that as long as you're not doing harm, right, we have the ability, and it should always remember that it is of the utmost importance that we know that we have the ability to agree to disagree, and it is okay. There is no win, there is no lose. It's just learning in life, right? But that track right there, the universe has been speaking to me in the way of what you just described was something that I've been just over these last 3 days this week, man. Again, we put up our own walls. These walls that we put up were put up either by what was told and was instilled into you, made you believe about yourself, right?
Mhm.
Or what you have continued to embrace and believe about yourself, right? These walls, though, they're up to you to just start breaking the motherfuckers down. And
Mhm.
just start remodeling your own destiny, reshaping your own will. And it goes through a lot of work, a lot of things. And it takes me back because the song that I have always listened to, because one of my number one MCs of all time, and I think of as a great, is the one Mr. Brad Scarface Jordan.
Yes, sir.
And one of the songs that uh, hits me off of that, there's so many songs that but uh, it's called The Wall,
Mhm.
simply. And at the end, he talks about, how, he realized at the end with the wall, he just should have broke the motherfucker down. And that's what you need to do, man. And whatever the wall is that is in your life, take that step, that scary step, just to go through it. Start, start,
That's just,
start.
when it comes to those things too, Boogie. Like that's why I state the importance of like just staying present with something, right? So
Yeah.
even when we're talking about like dissolving walls or breaking walls down, right? The, when you do that shit with grace, when you
Yes.
don't punish yourself, you get what I'm saying, and you allow yourself to
Mm.
address something, to tear a wall down. It happens so much faster and with ease when you do it with grace, when you're not punishing yourself in the process. If you're punishing yourself, like getting down on yourself, like, man, I should have fucking knew better. Man, why do I always keep doing this? We don't really heal fast from
You
when
don't
we
heal
treat
at all.
when we
You're
treat
re
ourselves like that. You you
Man,
you
I'm
you
so glad you said that.
you creating even further wounds. I call them braces. That's how I describe them. You get what I mean? I want to get rid of all these braces that the body hold. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's how I
Instead of
think. That's how I
anger,
think about this.
grace. And look, and that's the other part. You've got to treat yourself with grace,
I treated
right?
myself like shit. I didn't even know. Like, man, okay, we got a voice
Oh,
in our head. All right, I'm being a good guy to the world, like trying to people please. You know what I'm saying? And being a
yes, sir.
caretaker. You know, you get to a point where you realize I did that shit, but man, I was pissed off at myself about that.
Yes.
That's called self erasure. You get what I'm
Mm.
saying? We
Yes,
self
sir.
sacrifice all the time, thinking that we doing this shit in the name of love or in the name of peace. But peace is so much more available when we treat ourselves right because it forces that. Remember, I was just talking about asserting,
Yes.
right? So it forces you to have to assert. If you treat yourself nice, you can't bend back. You can't bend over backwards for people. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you probably normally, like I have. Like, let me speak to what this
Oh,
really is.
shit. I had
I'm
listen,
speaking personal pain, bro.
and I will share, and I'll just say same team with you, bro. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because there's similarities, absolutely, and I can feel it. Your experiences are your experiences, my experiences are my experiences, but you're speaking the same language because I get it, right? And that in itself is the worst thing. And when you are shedding it, but I'm just so happy that, just to circle back and make sure that we put a period and brackets and emphasis on
Yeah,
what you
I
said.
loop through things. I'm sorry.
No, you did
Tell
not.
them.
No, you didn't. No, it's don't stop, stop, stop. Don't
uh,
don't do that. Like, what I'm saying is that for me, what you said, because the whole self hatred, self hostile, like the hostility, the hostile talk, right? You,
mhm.
you mentioned, I look at it, you said something where I thought about, like, yeah, you got to they tell you when the airplane's going down, put your mask on first because you can't help nobody else. You can't help yourself. So it's like you can't love anybody if you don't love yourself, and if you don't love yourself, then yes, and it's gonna
A
come.
person who don't love themselves, even when they appear to love other people, not really loving people. You controlling people.
Hmm.
That came out in the bar in a lyric. I realized that I'm not a controlling person. I've always been people do whatever they want around me. I deal with what
Yes.
comes around me. It ain't nothing that I can't handle, right? I always try to be that type of person. But you can realize through the faculty of the way that a person treats themselves, it might create the conditions for love not to be as pure as one might have thought that it was, because there's some ulterior things going on. When you did that action that you did that proved the love for a person or some shit like that, right? If the action didn't come from your true authentic self, if you wasn't being real with yourself, if you were being cruel to yourself, then that action, whatever the act is, that just got polluted by
Hmm.
the non-addressing because you didn't do it out of your pure self, and it comes off. I'm not even talking about like in the most extreme situations. It could be like something stupid, dumb, petty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody be like, it's hard for me to find an example right now, but hopefully you follow me a little bit.
No, I feel you.
It's like that.
Yeah. It's there's a lot. Listen again. Treat yourself kind, and that's the biggest thing. That is the best thing that I have also tried to share with my children, and try to let them know, like, the whole shame part, and be willing to, like, at this point, at this age with them, I'm so fortunate that I am this far along in my journey,
Mhm.
that I have the ability to course correct, um, from the things that I was doing, that I thought that I was doing the right way and taking care of them by, you know, working 80 hours a week, being stressed the fuck out, not being around. And when dad was around, he was working and also stressed the fuck out. And
Yeah.
I got twins, and they're, beautiful children with a lot of energy and everything like that. And they want to see dad, and they want to be with dad and all of that stuff, and there's things that you look back on and it's like, fuck, right? And after dying twice and all of this shit, like, it's like, man, no, right now I am more and more each day just in a place of gratitude to be able to have a wife who has stuck by me through this shit, through thick and thin, and continues to bless me with amazing children. My children are amazing, and also because of their love and support, I have had the ability to meet individuals like you and do things like this, right? And meet one of my sisters right there. She's one of the Candace Cedar in Limbo, is one of the first folks that ever followed me on Twitch, like back in the
Yeah.
day. So it's dope, man. And this journey's been amazing, and life is what you make of it, bro. Like it says, man, you have to just put yourself out there. And again, it's to be genuine. And like, my favorite one of my favorite lyrics, Steve Arrington,
Mhm.
Slave, nobody can be you but you.
I,
Take it
I,
back,
agree-
funk, baby.
I agree with that, man. I think I wanted to speak on something while you was just talking for a second.
There's the bro G Dash Fresh. Much love to you, family.
Going back to when you go through, like, when you knock those walls down, right?
Yes, sir.
People have to realize change gonna happen, right?
Yes, sir.
But how you interpret the change. If you were whole already, then nothing would change, type deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can be comfortable in your comfort zone, but you got to step outside of your comfort zone. When you step outside of that comfort zone, it's because your personality gonna change a little bit, right? I'm bringing up this example because I'm remembering something that happened on social media, right? I'm on
Yeah.
Facebook and I got a certain way of talking, right? Then
Hmm.
out of nowhere, I started to have a lot more patience in the way that I talk and talking about some different things, just being more of a people person type deal. You can hear a lot of love in my voice type deal, and I can see how the people that would be normally responding, how those people were different, and the way that they responded was also different. You get what I'm saying? Then
Uh-huh.
when you see the responses, you're like, okay, is this what I'm really trying to put out there? Am I coming off too soft? Is what is this? You get what I'm saying? So I
Hmm.
went through that to where through other people you see a reflection of yourself, and that's okay when you see that reflection reflected back at you. Stand still in the mirror that you're looking at. Take the compliment or the criticism or whatever it is. That's your guide to show you that you're changing type deal. You're not gonna stay the same. You know what I mean? And I don't know why we was talking about kids and stuff like that. I got some
Yeah, I
people
was talking about my
that I
kids
really.
and like turning I basically being able to have an opportunity to do, some repair work and also some work by being enough and being present in their lives to share real game and real knowledge and
Mhm.
insight on stuff that's really important in regards to, like, look man, like I can get on you about washing the dishes or picking up trash or cleaning your room, but yeah, okay, I'm teaching you life skills in regards of, like, hygiene and shit like that,
Mhm.
but let me give you the real. Let me really give you something that I wish I had a better grasp on at your age, right? And
Mhm.
if I can impart just something at some point when they get to a critical point that they can recall something and be like, "Nah, Dad, this now I get," and it helps them in certain. That's all I want. That's
Yeah.
all. You know what I mean?
I be trying to. You teach them lessons that don't necessarily. They don't require. There's nothing grand about it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's the boring stuff. But the boring stuff that nobody else would know to pay attention to. That's the job of a parent. I don't know if I said this to you before, but the only job of a parent to me is to make things apparent. I think the word parent is a derivative. It comes from
Mm,
the one is a root word and one is just I don't know if that's the real way that it
man.
works. But to me, I've
Yeah.
adapted that. Like my job is just not lie to my kids the
Yes.
way that I move in life, just to show them that this is how I move. I'm not defending it. I'm not telling you to go do me or be me type deal. I'm showing you. I'm making whatever I did apparent to you, so that you can figure out how to one up it and take it another step when it come down to your offspring, so we can keep this thing going and the families get better. You know what I mean?
Yes. And breaking generational trauma, man.
Absolutely.
That's what, honestly, that's the most important thing, is that if everybody could just become self-aware to do the work, and they call it shadow work or however you want to do, just you know, working on yourself so you can get to a point where you're present and you aren't reacting and you are able to control your emotions and be aware of the surroundings and knowing the things that you used to cope and get along, and things that served you in a previous life that maybe became stronger and, like, started making life difficult because it doesn't apply to you anymore, and you need to, okay, that served me well during that time because it needed to be there, but now I don't need that anymore. And
It's like all of those things kind of like mute the way that we perceive life. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So when you address those issues going forward, maybe take you some healing time. You know what I mean? It might take
Mm,
you a couple of weeks to be okay with something that you address. When people pull stuff, that's some deep work right there. When you start pulling pulling up the stuff from childhood and like when you go deep. But once you start getting those to the surface, the quality of life is like you see the same stuff, but it's like through a magnifying glass now. You feel the same thing, but through a magnifying glass now, type
Yeah.
deal. Same sensation, same thing that you've always known. You just the quality of life just get that much better because you're not hurting inside. You can love somebody better because you're not ashamed of nothing. When you smile, it comes off more genuine type deal. The aura that comes from it, and the aura that's received as well.
Wow. Yeah, man. Hey, look, I don't know about y'all, but listen, there is no better way to just put a cap. That's the cap right there. Look, there's been of a lot of advice and a lot of good conversation in this episode, and I really do appreciate your time tapping back in and giving me an opportunity to connect back with you again and tapping in with everybody here in the community. And you're always welcome at any point in time whenever you do anything, even you just want to pull up, and definitely we could talk about some other stuff offline sometime and like get cracking because there's a whole lot going on right now. So
Absolutely, brother.
let everybody know where and how they can get down with you, follow you, and what you have coming up next, what they can be on the lookout for.
So I'm gonna be dropping. I'm gonna release the name and the track list of an album. If y'all follow me on Instagram at exclusive MC or at Chief Exclusive, I'm gonna be releasing a track list. Uh, Very powerful album with a bunch of I call it soul music. So my rap, I don't even call it rap no more. I'm just in the soul music business, but it's that hip hop shit. But get on with the soul music. I'm gonna release all of the titles and everything on that, and I got some more visuals coming out on Friday. So just tune in with me. I appreciate y'all for having me. Uh, yeah, hopefully, as always, my goal in life is any space that I touch to add some type of value to it. So, hopefully, some value was added, and
Yes, sir.
you know,
It was.
add some sunshine to somebody's day. You know,
Hey, look, man, I appreciated you. This was a great conversation, and like get the quality of the conversation added value to my day in the biggest way. So look, man,
love, brother.
like I love the fact that we got another good one, and we did it again. Look, B Boys Underground, we'll be back next week. I got to look at the calendar because I know we've got some important people coming up here, and guests keep coming and uh locking in. So next week we got the one and only Rob Kelly, y'all. And if you guys don't know who Rob Kelly is, Rob Kelly um was he's an Irish rapper. So we are kind of expanding our because I want to continue to feature and highlight underground and established artists worldwide, right? And we're going to be linking up with a bunch of things, a bunch of folks. And so this individual basically he was most known for, I just want to make sure, he does have some really good credits, and I am he's opened up live for Nas, Dilated Peoples, Khalees, Kanye, Raekwon, D12, Akon, Jizza, T-Pain. He's known for being one of the only Irish MCs to achieve success outside of Ireland on a reputable level. He's performed his own headline shows in Canada, UK, Boston, and was signed to US TV show in 16 bars, and has been featured in Double XL, and his record's been played on Sirius FM US. Has performed on BBC, Kiss, London, collaborated with a number of artists, and Apathy being one of them, Slain Reef, The Lost Cause, Memphis Bleak, and a whole lot more. So
Nice.
check that out next week. That'll be on B-Boys Underground, and we'll got so many more folks that are agreed to be on the show and waiting to lock in dates. So again, stick around. We have nothing but great things coming for you in 2026. And just like this, man, we can have conversations about hip hop, life, culture, and, you know, most importantly, knowledge of oneself and control of oneself, and being, regardless if you're a man or a woman, you know what I mean? Like being able to grow.
100.
So anything else you got to say before we get up out of here, fam?
Man, thank y'all for having me. Appreciate it.
Awesome, man. There's my homie Black North. Please follow my man T. Blaze and World's Media City World Media Group. Sorry, man. I'm tired, bro. I love you. We that's the brother that I mentioned that we will be joining that network at the end of the month. So yes. And look, keep it positive, keep it pushing, keep persevering. I'll be back. Probably might do a set here in 30 minutes or so because I got a new toy to unveil. So we've got something that I'm not going to say until I show it on the stream. So keep that tuned. And look, man, stay in the present, not in the past. Learn from the past. Don't let it kick your ass. And don't trip on the future because it could be gone like that. You're worrying about something that might not ever come. So unless you know the actual winning lottery numbers, because I got close to $1 million in medical bills, please I'll share the Powerball number winning lottery. But if you don't have them, then don't trip on the future. So what you need to do is stay present. And with that, we out. Peace. Split that, y'all.